It's a clown market. Honk, honk. Welcome back, baby dolls. I've got a juicy episode here for you. What do we mean by clown market? Okay, we're having fun here, friends. A lot of people, they're going to come into crypto and then they're equating market caps from different coins. And because you don't respect the army or the cult or the religion of another coin, it's very hard for most people to see that other people do. Okay? And one example I have here is for ChainLink, right? ChainLink, to flip Cardanzo is about a 2x. They say Cardanzo, it's about 2x in the market cap deviation compared to ChainLink. And a lot of people are confused. They go, well, doesn't have much adoption or anything out here. Why is Cardanzo one of the biggest freaking coins in crypto? And it's because of the Charles Hoskinson army, more of a cult. Okay, memes, cults, religions. Now you might say, hey, what happened to the Link Marines? They had a cult. Yeah, they had a cult. Still in ChainLink, by the way, still holding. They were the frogs. They were the de facto Pepe. And then it went to the actual Pepe coin, friends. That's the crazy part. The actual frogs went to Pepe because they want to believe in something. And then you have all the team dumping and everything out here, but it's because it was just leverage on Ethereum and Ethereum got cursed. It went into the pooper gutter. ChainLink needs to get to $160 to make 100 billion market cap. Maybe it needs Ethereum to burst above $5,000. We'll see how that plays out. Remember, friends, another example of it being a clown market to people is when they talk about XRP. But hey, XRP army, as I told you, friends, it's all about the network effect. Okay? So we're going to have to be aware of all of these if we want to traverse the cycle. Check this out as well, friends. Toby, I'm hearing the 4-year cycle is no longer valid and we are about to go on a multi-year bull. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is the type of talk that happens at the top of bull markets. This is one major reason why I won't most make a cent this bull. Yes, sir. And with that, we're going to play some Pumpy G music. It's true. 4-year cycle, friends, it's always up for hot debate. There's the symmetry, though. The symmetry of the 4-year cycle ends in October this year. In October, it'll mark exactly 1,064 days from the bottom, which I'll show you right here. If you go to the exact bottom, 1,064 days, which is what happened in the past, there you go, 6th October, 2025. This is what happened in the last cycle, friends. 1,064 days took us to the exact top. There you go, 8th of November, right here. See that? 1,064 days. And then as well, if you go to 2014 cycle, 1,064 days as well. Look at this. Actually, I think it's right here. This was a low. You go 1,064 days, bang. Isn't that wild? That's wild, man. 1,064 days. What is it with this crazy number? Look, I don't know if it's going to happen again. I have no idea. I'll just tell you that it's always up for hot debate. And you got to remember as well, the 4-year cycle is a bit of a myth. It's not the Bitcoin halving. It's the global debt cycle of the US governments, the world governments. They roll over the debt. They do it every 4 years. And they do it because the world economy died in 2008. So they print money, they roll over the debt, and they just kick the can down the road, okay? The business cycle has not pumped above 50 yet. Will we get extended cycle? That's another thing which is leaning more towards extended, where still today, the business cycle has not ticked up, okay? This is the business cycle. It has not ticked up, friends. It's at 48. Alt season starts at 52. And in the past, whenever it goes up above 52, it takes 9 to 18 months to peak out. 9 to 18. It was 9, 12, and 18 of the 3 data points. Even if you take 9 months again, right, man, you're running out of time. That means if we go to BMI 52 immediately now, we still got, man, that would be that would be May next year we peak out. But here's another thing. We don't need to go 9 months. Who says 9 months? You're right. What if we go 6 months? Could be it. Yeah, it could be it. What if PMI just cranks on the 52 in a month or two and then just goes 6 months? That's very, very possible. The thing is, though, we peak out in crypto before stocks. So hopefully there are a lot of topping signals which show us along the way that there's a lot of exotic euphoria. Crash. I feel so much more panic when the Monero price pumps and then when it goes down, because when it's pumping, it feels like the chance to buy the best and most liberating coin in the entire world without hype is gone. The chance is gone. So what I'm showing you, friends, Bitcoin is great, but Bitcoin maxis and OGs, they always have a spot in their heart for Monero, XMR. Monero has actually banned a lot of exchanges. Remember, it uses like the ring signature thing. It's like, fully private, right? I don't even know. Maybe the Coconut Intelligence Agency have cracked it. They just haven't told people. Monero, friends, maybe Monero gets a bid because it's crime season and people might want to hide their crime this cycle. So we'll see. Monero is charted here on the BTC ratio. So this is XMR-BTC. It's right here. I hope one day, man, in this cycle, it does something like that. I don't know if it's going to be able to. I hope it does. I hope it does something like this. That'll be great. Just to show you that, hey, if you hold stuff long enough, eventually friendship comes your way. I also got to remind you, friends, more high-value content. It's all about the ratios. Look at this comment. I buy rugs. Love the username. I buy rugs. People are still trading on Solana, hoping for a revival. They don't understand what drove the mania in 2024. This was Q4. Soy wealth effect. This is over. The coin has already been repriced. SOL-BTC has been flat or down since January 2024. Ethereum guys and perp traders who underperformed and then missed the whole SOL move started top blasting memes and AI slop. No need to do that when Ethereum is moving. You are still early moving all your dollars from SOL to ETH. Effectively what he's saying is that this is actually true, friends. When you look at a BTC ratio, you can see money's coming in and coming out. See SOL-ETH, SOL-BTC, this is SOL-BTC, okay? Soy-BTC. It has been going literally nowhere since Nov 2023. So these things are going down, but it was there was a lot of fluff here, right? Because if we look at the SOL-ETH ratio, pretty much what's happening is this is what everybody in crypto did, right? They were rotating their money from Ethereum into Soy. And now it's topped out. All right. Why? Well, we had all these exotic top signals appear, friends. You had, like I said to you, Trump launches a meme coin, right? You have bangers saying you're too poor to stay Solana girl's house. You have Kyle Salami saying, I'm going to offer you $100 million of size up here. You have Freddie Kroiger, Bitcoin Maxi, literally just launches and rugs a coin on there and then calls Solana better than Ethereum. All these warning signs. And what I've actually done as well on the SOL-ETH ratio, I've just added the bangerish thing. You're too poor to stay at the Solana girl's house. You're just way too poor. Here's why. I know it was a joke, man. I know. Yeah, it's a joke. I can see the future a bit, friends. I'm just here 18 hours a day, man. That girl's going to get very depressed. People are going to remind her of that later on. And I think she's going to go and she's not going to be in the mood to post on Twitter for a bit. Also, bro, this made me excited. I just scrolled down. Shout out to ShimShoney. He tags Marty Party Music, this Bitcoin maxi who loves Solana, and he shows him the Pulse chain price chart. Also, Pulse versus ETH is going down. It is, sir, but you got to wait for the inflection point. You just don't know when that is. So the wealth effect has been going down. You got to remember, sir, this is what always happens, right? This is, friends, this is why you just got to let people do their own thing, all right? People are holding a coin and they go, oh, you're criticizing me. You never told me to buy it before it went up, so I can't trust you now. Okay, that's how they always think by default. And then they go, what are you holding? Trash? Okay, I'm not listening to you. Your coins are going down. But when your coin's in the spotlight, everything else is going down against you. So technically, everybody's always wrong if you're thinking like that. But you know that's not the case, right? You know, eventually you hit a euphoria point. You try and look for signals. So you can't be using other people's portfolios in terms of, oh, yeah, you're holding XRP. Why should I listen to you back when XRP was 50 cents? Because it hasn't pumped in like 6 years, right? It's not about that, man. It's about, man, this is why it's so tough, man. It's very hard to take a good, honest look at yourself and go, man, this thing has been running for 1.5 years. I should have been out after 6 months. I should have definitely been out after 1 year. Now it's been 1.5 years. I'm still in. They're saying, oh, this time is different. Man, if your main L1 coin is rising in ratio, you have a positive filth effect, friends. That's what happens. And when it runs for a very, very, very long time, man, it's just, we all hope we get a long time run. We're not going to get it. Like, I'll tell you right now, man, I don't care what it is, friends, Pulse chain or not. If your thing is running up without a correction after 6 months, just be careful. 80% to 90% of the coins, it's done by that point. It's distributing, it's done. Okay. We only got 1 month of going up, by the way. Right. I'm just saying 6 a long time, but Solana had 18. Big. When your ratios are going down like SOL-ETH, you are getting drained and it becomes a nightmare. You start to see the dopamines cut off in their brain. Now they're getting the anxiety hit. They're like, why aren't we rallying with Ethereum? How come everybody is buying Ethereum on their treasuries? But we're the faster chain. So you get to live it. And remember, friends, only the strongest of believers will make it. Don't forget that. It really does come down to these strong believers, because you're always going to find coins going down forever. Always. Everything looks like it's going down forever until it's eventually not. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I don't care. But friends, how many times, infinite amount of times, every time the market went down, I'd hear someone would say to me, hey, Somi, this other KOL, they talked about you on their stream or on their video. They go, oh, that guy's too bullish. He's always bullish. I'm like, dude, you just don't get it, bro. You're a little trader Jeep mindset. I'm here to play the whole cycle. And I realize that's why I don't waste my time, friends. You shouldn't waste your time with those people either. And I want to show you this, okay? I'm keeping it family friendly, but, you know, you're going to have to see this. Bitcoin maxis. This is how I know Ethereum is going to pump really hard, okay? Ethereum, look at this. This is a Bitcoin maxi YouTube video. The title is called, Will Ethereum Holders Make Good Toilet Cleaners? Why do you got to talk like that? Why do you have to talk like that? You know you're cursing yourself. Matthew Cratter. That's what it's from. Matthew Cratter. Friends, Matthew Cratter is alright. I watch his videos, Bitcoin Maxi. I'm just telling you, Matthew Cratter, bro, you sell online trading courses, dude. You teach people how to trade options and stuff. Like, do you not see the irony? You might say you promote a bit of shit coinery. Okay, but that means you're a full sinner as well. Because in their eyes, if Ethereum has 1% taintedness, it's not fully decentralized like a Bitcoin apparently is. They go, oh, so the whole thing's tainted. Okay, by that logic, you are the Antichrist then. You're selling online trading courses. You know what I mean? Don't worry, man. The chart's going to do the talking. That's what I'm telling you, man. They're all underexposed to meth. Ethereum has the stablecoin SuperCycle narrative, bro. It has all the stable coins on it. It's like the world is just telling you all the governments are going to choose it because they go, huh, guess what's better than Bitcoin money? I know, my money, me, the government, who I print out of thin air, and I can go deploy it on stable coins. What a genius idea. I wonder if my friend Somi, who had a fireman hat, could tell me this a long time ago, a year ago. Has been a year since I talked to you about StableCoin SuperCycle. It's been a year now. But you know what's even better than your friend Somi? Richard Hart. The guy used to live on top of a sandwich shop. He could have told you about StableCoin SuperCycle in 2021. Why Ethereum is going to pump hard. Exhibit A. Bitcoin Max is making this video, right? Ethereum holders making good toilet cleaners. This can only mean the Bitcoin dominance has put in its generational top. And remember, friends, at the top, like I'm just telling you, man, it's just like, thank you to Mr. ShimShoney again. ShimShoney. Bullish Sentiment. Also, Benchwarmer. I agree with you. That headline is pretty funny. It is funny, so that's why I'll put it here. We're having fun here, but I'm just like saying, man, just like bangers. Remember those bangers? It's like, you're too poor to see the soil on a girl's house. Here's why. Flash my boobies. I know it's funny because the dopamine is flying through your head. It's funny to you because your portfolio is going up. You're getting the dopamine hits. You're looking at a Bitcoin dominance that's going up and up and up and up. Ah! Yeah, you can think like that. Why don't you step in someone else's fluffy slippers? Huh? Why don't you take a look at a point of view from someone else's slippers? Step in their slippers for a day. How does it look? You know, friends, everything's cyclical. Everybody always thinks, oh, I've won the world of financial markets. No, bro. It was just your turn. I love you guys. You've learned a lot today. We're going to make it. Like, subscribe, belly button, and I'll catch you soon.